Thank you, Chairman. I'm always amazed at how we can twist ourselves into knots to not solve major problems in people's lives, because I feel like we've all run for office to do that. I wouldn't consider myself a professional expert, but a personal, having had personal experience with family members that need caregiving. Pennsylvania is derelict in its duty to uphold the promise it's made to people with disabilities and people who need care in this Commonwealth. I have a severely disabled nephew who requires 24-hour care in-home. I have a sister and brother-in-law who have very successful careers. They have private health insurance, and they cannot find providers to give services to their son, who is 9 years old, and who has the right to a public education. And he can't go to public school because his parents legally cannot be the caretaker for him at school because of Pennsylvania's laws for how we support families who have someone in their home who needs services and who has disabilities. We have watched the budget be decreased by $107 million because we don't have enough providers to utilize the services that have already been appropriated and approved. So there's no question about fiscal notes because those fiscal notes have been voted on, approved, and not utilized because we do not have the workforce. And now we're forcing families into situations where they're divorcing their spouses so that they can keep a roof over their head. Safety and security, the foundational need of every human being on this planet. And we're arguing about definitions for personal care. This is why people feel government doesn't work, because we sit here and we argue over definitions when people are suffering and they can't utilize the programs that we've already approved. They're approved at the federal, state, and local levels already, but we don't have the providers who can help these families to keep their heads above water and survive. And so we can argue about definitions all day, but we're not doing our duty as legislators if we're not here to actually solve problems in people's lives.